So this week we did a fun thing for Easter. You know, you got kids, you got to do Easter stuff. Uh, our good friend Jessica, who was the maid of honor at our wedding, she suggested on Facebook that we go down to the Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse in Sumner and, partake of their Easter celebration. And it was really great. It was Saturday and Sunday of what is now to you last week, just a few days, just yesterday and, anyway. And it was great. They had a bunny for pictures. They had a petting zoo inside the store. And the store is just massive. I don't know what they canned there back when it was a cannery, and I really don't care, but it's absolutely massive. We bought our dining room table there, and we bought something else. Oh, our couch. It's a lot of fun. They've got all kinds of goofy stuff all over the store to look at, but it's a lot of fun. But this got me to thinking. One of the things they had was an egg hunt. It wasn't run all that well. The poor girl running it was a volunteer, and in my opinion, she kind of looked like Emily from College Humor. I didn't say anything because it's apparently disrespectful to tell people who they kind of look like. But it got me thinking about when I was a kid, and when I had, my big thing when I was a kid, man, what I always wanted was an egg hunt. I wanted it so bad. It was palpable. And the older siblings moved out when I was pretty young. My brother Jim was out by about 16, so that would have made me five, 4 or 5. Maria was out in middle school, so that would have been around the same age. Yeah, middle school. She was living on her own. And Trisha was out when she was around 10. So from the time I was kind of like 7-ish on, I was really the only child, which is kind of weird for a kid with so many siblings. And I mean, so many siblings. 3 on the West Coast, 5 on the East Coast. Anyway, I always wanted an Easter egg hunt. And that's not something you really orchestrate for one kid. And my parents were very busy. And for a lot of my childhood, my mom, in addition to her midweek job, had a weekend job at the nursing home. So they just weren't always around. I was from the latchkey kid era. So I always wanted an Easter egg hunt. Man, that would have just been so awesome. And I would ask for it, and they would, put it off. And then one year, I was getting on to the age where it was just kind of too late. I was like 11 or 12, and I knew it was it was probably my last year. And the drugstore up by the supermarket was going to have one on whatever day, Saturday. It wasn't on Easter. It was on a different day. And my mom was like, yes, I will take you. We'll do it. So day before comes, we're going, right? Yeah, absolutely. The day comes. I get her up in the morning. She's like, yep, I'm absolutely going to take you, just not yet. And we head up there, and she just assumed it would be going on all day. No, it was a single event at like 10 in the morning. So when we showed up, everything had already been cleared. It was done. It was over. No egg hunt. And I was really upset. So my parents, because they love me and they care about me and they want me to be happy, said, you know what? We'll do the next best thing. We will have our own egg hunt for you next year. Well, I mean, I guess this isn't a spare no expense sort of thing. It's more like a, yeah, we'll get to it. So the next year comes, and believe me, I do not forget these things. I know I am at an age where it's not even really appropriate for me to be hunting eggs anymore. I've got to be, 12, I've got to be 13, really. Or almost 13. Yeah, I guess I was 12, damn near 13. And so the day before it comes, I'm like, guys, we're going to do this, right? We're going to have an egg hunt. They're like, absolutely. You bet. No problem. Egg hunt tomorrow. Count on it. So I get up in the morning, and of course, I start hunting. I look everywhere. I look inside. I look in the living room. I look in the dining room. I look in the kitchen. And I realize, it's an outside egg hunt. So I go outside and I hunt, and boy do I hunt. And there's just no eggs. So I go and I wake them up, and they're like, oh yeah, no, that's today. I mean, we haven't hidden. What, do you want us to hide them overnight? Well, it's, you can't pretend that I should know the logistics of this. I've never done this before. Like, no, we'll hide eggs later. We'll hide them in a bit. Just give us some time. So they get up, they sequester me to my room. I go, I hide, whatever. Steve, my stepdad, goes out, hides the eggs. And actually, no, it was inside. It was. I think the day was a little nasty, so he hid them inside. A mix of real eggs and plastic eggs. Okay, go hunt. So I look, and man, this was age-appropriate hiding because these things were hidden. So I hunt and I hunt. I spend probably a good 40 minutes, and I find the eggs. And I'm like, okay, I think I got them all. And they count through them. They're like, no, I think you missed one. I'm like, okie doke. Like, so go look some more. So I go out and I look some more. This is fun. I'm still hunting eggs. So I'm wandering the house. I'm looking in every cupboard, every under couch cushions. I'm looking everywhere. And I come back and I say, no, there's simply no more eggs. My mom says, look, some of the eggs are real eggs. I am not leaving an egg to rot in the house. You have to find it. I was like, well, I've looked everywhere. There's no egg to be found. Steve, help me out here. You hid the eggs. Help me find the last one. He's like, well, I don't remember all the places I put them. Now, I'm only 12, but even then in my head, I'm thinking, you certainly have a better idea than I do because you're the one who put them there, but all right. So I spend another probably 45 minutes looking, and I mean looking. I come back, guys, honestly, I've looked. I'm going to need help. I cannot find the last egg. She goes, let me see your basket. So she goes through it. You know what? My fault. No, you found them all an hour ago. You have them all. And looking back, I'm thinking, was this conditioning? Was this how they make sure it would work? If you don't want a kid to ever ask for an egg hunt again, this would be a good way to do it. It would work. It would honestly work. So yeah, that was the thing. And the next year or two, my niece Angela and my niece Katie came into the age where they would want to hunt eggs. And from then on, oh, you bet your ass, we had an egg hunt every year. They'd show up at the house at, noon on Easter. The eggs would already be hidden. They're out in the yard. They'd pull up. They'd see them in the yard. Oh, my gosh, we're going to hunt eggs. I never got to enjoy that. So that's something I've made sure my kids got to do. And by the way, I should say, Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse, wonderful. Great prices, good quality. And no, I am not a spokesman for them. I'm just a fan. So yeah, Easter, man. Whew, good times.